Oh, we are moving, guys. Hell yeah, this is awesome. We are on a dual battery setup on the RIDE1, and they're both connected together in parallel, so they're running together without having to switch them when one battery dies. They will literally die at the exact same time. Let me pull over here and show you how the bike looks and talk about it, and then we'll get back on this trip. All right, guys, so we pulled over here, and let me show you how this looks. So I ended up putting the bigger battery at the bottom and then the stock battery on the top. And unfortunately, we lost the basket, so we can't put the basket on here with this battery. Now, the battery does fit in the basket itself, and maybe you guys can figure out a way to get the rail to work, but when you bolt the rail down, you don't have enough room with the basket to slide the battery back and forth. Now, there is a way to do it that I noticed is if you do get some spacers and lift up the rail so then the battery will sit a little bit taller, you'll have enough room to slide it because it'll give you a little bit more clearance right here. But anyways, so we lost the basket for now. If we hack up our basket, we can make it fit. But anyways, there's no wires. You can't see anything on this setup at all. I actually kind of like what RIDE1UP did because all the wires run right here from the back and they go right in there, and I'm using a battery blender. That's what a lot of people call them. But it's basically a controller that connects to both batteries, and then it basically adjusts the voltage so they run at the same time. Now, if this one's fully charged and this one's almost dead, it will just run this one until it gets to the voltage of this one, and then they'll both run at the same time. It's a super, super clean setup, and I love it so far. 44 amp hours in total. This is also not a Zeus battery. This is just a logo I put on this battery. You can get this battery on Amazon. So I'm gonna do a video on this talking about the whole setup on how to do it. I'll take it all apart again and show you. So if you guys wanna buy the parts now, like the battery and then that battery blender to connect both these batteries together, I'll have links down in the description. So order it now, so then when we do the video, you guys will know exactly what to do and you guys will already have the parts. Because I'll try to put that video out in the next couple of videos after this. So the little controller that I'm using to connect both of these, it's very tiny. I'll put a picture up on the screen so you guys can check it out and see exactly what it is. It's so tiny, it fits in there perfectly fine. You won't have any issues. You're just gonna have to route your wires like a certain way to kind of get it to sit right. But it's badass, and it goes up to 40 amps, which is perfectly fine. I don't know if they're turning or what, but okay. All right, just hazards, that's it. I don't know what the hell that guy was doing. I thought he was gonna make a U-turn and go in the neighborhood. But anyways, it goes up to 40 amps, and these controllers that are on here do not go to 40 amps. I believe it's a 28 amp controller, so you're good on that. You're not gonna blow it or anything like that. You should be perfectly fine. Go, Accord, go. I'm going faster than you, and I'm pedaling backwards. Let's go. All right, now they moving. Now we moving. So the cool thing about doing this setup is obviously I have 44 amp hours, but you will void your warranty. Just keep that in mind. I like the fact that these companies are allowing us to have options to put like a separate battery and all that stuff. But once you really do start modifying that, you know, you're kind of taking the responsibility of doing the modifications, and the company is most likely gonna void your warranty if they know you did the work to the bike. If they don't know you did anything to it, you could probably get away with it. But I'm just letting you know that if they can find out for any reason that you modified it like I did, then I'm shit out of luck if anything happens to this stock controller or the rear motor. So I'd probably have to pay for it myself from the company, even if it was under warranty. But it's a cool setup. I mean, you can get a battery from the company, you know, like the stock one, and it's a 20 amp hour, so then you have 40 amp hours in total. But my thing is maybe contact the company first and see if you bought a separate battery, if they're gonna make an adapter for the setup so you can have two batteries so then you don't void your warranty, because I don't know what they would say. Maybe you can contact them and say, hey, I'm gonna connect both these batteries together. Is it gonna void my warranty? I'm pretty sure they're gonna say yes. I think what they're gonna tell you is, yeah, you're just gonna not hook them up together, and you're basically just gonna bring both keys with you. So when this one dies, you get the one on the bottom and you switch them over. I think that's exactly what they're gonna tell you. But it'd be cool if they made something that you could connect them both together and then it won't void your warranty. But let's be real, anyone working on, say, a car or your bike or anything in general that's not from an actual dealership, I can totally see the company saying, yeah, we're not gonna cover it because you're not a certified mechanic or technician. So use it at your own risk, but this is badass. Anyways, my setup is 44 amp hours. I'm actually curious to see, we should probably go down 1 bar because I'm gonna do 14 miles today. So I'm expecting to go down 1 bar. But as I'm going to work, full throttle, no pedaling at all, other than pedaling backwards earlier like now. I'm expecting to never go down a battery bar going to work. I'll be surprised if we do. But then again, this bike is a little weird. The first battery bar always goes within the first 2 miles. And so far, I'm already halfway to work, 3 miles in, and I haven't lost a battery bar. So a lot of people are gonna ask, what do you think the range is gonna be on this setup? And realistically, just go off of a 20 amp hour battery. A 20 amp hour battery is gonna give you roughly probably 25 miles of range on this bike, like full throttle, because it's a very powerful bike. It hits a very high top speed. So then just double it if you get another 20 amp hour battery. I would say that my 24 amp hour battery will give me roughly almost 30 miles of range. So I think in my setup, going full out, I'm gonna say realistically, probably like 51 to 54 miles to be on the realistic side. I was gonna say conservative side, but that's most likely realistic. If I think anything higher than that, then I might be in for some trouble down the road if I run out, you know. You could definitely get over 100 miles on this setup if you actually pedal the bike and use pedal assist 1. But I'm not doing that, not on my setup. That's not what I get my bikes for. I just want to have fun and just kind of ride and enjoy my day, you know, and not have to waste gas and save money at the same time. And honestly, going in and out of traffic is pretty fun. It's like having a motorcycle, but there's no insurance, no payments, no nothing. That's what's kind of awesome about these bikes. So I think you guys should definitely think about doing this mod, unless you're gonna go to a 72 volt, which maybe in a couple months. I just don't have the time right now, and honestly I got to do a lot more research before I just start ordering parts and get the wrong stuff, because I'm so new when it comes to modifying these bikes to 72 volt. I've been getting into it a little bit. The Super 73 was like an easy walkthrough. The Zeus bike, I saw that the Phase Runner worked on the stock motor, so there wasn't too much to do there. But replacing the motor is where it kind of gets into, do I need spacers for the clearance on both sides? Is it gonna fit? Like, how's it gonna, you know, like, how's the stuff gonna like run and all that stuff? What's gonna work with it? What controllers? So it's very new to me. Just keep that in mind. Real quick though, coming down this thing, both batteries connected downhill, 39 miles an hour. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so in one of my videos a week ago, I blew through this. You guys probably seen that if you watch my videos all the time. That's where the crosswalk button's at. It's all the way over there. So seriously, like, I would have to get on the thing, hit it, reverse, and then wait for it to go. I'm not doing all that. Nope. I like the fact that when I hit this bike, the front end like pops up a little bit. Like, the wheel doesn't come off the ground, but like the suspension, I think it's for the preload. I have the preload adjusted so it sags just ever so slightly when I'm on it. So then as soon as I hit it, it kind of like, boop, it comes up. I like that. All right behind you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oop, excuse me. All right, so moving on to a next topic. This bike has obviously been blowing up everywhere. I mean, sales have been going through the roof. A lot of people have been using my coupon code, and I really, really appreciate you guys for that. Like, I never made all my money back from buying this bike, but it definitely helped. I think at least over 8 or 10 of you guys used my codes, and it definitely helped me, guys, and I really appreciate it. And my coupon code was supposed to end at the end of March. I think in April it was supposed to like stop working like for good, but it still works. So if you guys are still interested in this bike, as I'm making this video right now, it's gonna take me a few days to upload this, but it still works in April. So check it out and test it out, see if it still works. If you wanna buy the bike, I would use it as soon as possible, because they said it was not gonna last very long. And oh my God, we went down a battery bar. What the hell? And what's going on up here? They in the way. Looking at me like I'm crazy. Nope. Always working on something over here. It's normally at night though. Let's go before this turn lane starts. And hey, there's a St. Mark truck, so thank God I don't have to deal with that. Man, last couple days have been rough at work. Definitely rough at work. What is this? Someone lost their fender liner of their car. But all seriously though, guys, I know I push this bike a lot, and I would love if you guys could send me pictures of your Rev1 on my Instagram. Like, send me a message. It's gonna be a message request, and I'll definitely share it. If you're definitely send me a picture of your bike, I'll definitely share it and I'll tag you, because I think this bike is awesome. And if you guys use my discount code, please definitely message me, because I want to show love and support for you guys supporting my channel, and I know you guys like my videos. Real quick, 40 miles an hour, that's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Oh, and another thing that RIDE1UP has been doing, so obviously I complained about the chain. I don't think a lot of other people really mentioned it, but I think people started mentioning it after my video. But if you contact them and tell them about the chain, they're actually sending chains out to people, and then you just have to change out your chain to the correct size one. So that's pretty cool on RIDE1UP, the customer service that they're giving people. I think that's awesome, because these bikes are definitely not cheap. They are expensive. So I applaud RIDE1UP for that. And I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna be doing more bikes like this, because I heard they've been selling a hell of a lot of these bikes. All right, I'm here. I'm so excited. So excited. Go, Prius, go. Go, go, go. Coming up. He looked at his rearview mirror like, who the hell? Some motorcycle guy's on my ass. Okay. It is gonna be a long day. Oh, my nose is running. It's a nice cold day, I will say. Hold on, real quick. Let's do this test as I walk into the back. I'm gonna reset it. Let's see if it goes back up a bar. Yep. So I reset it and it goes back up to full bars, even though obviously we got 7 miles. Actually, we got 8 miles or almost 9 miles on it, because I rode it up and down the street after doing this battery setup, because I just want to make sure it worked before I started actually making the video, and I did not want the bike to blow up on me. So I wanted to make sure to test it out. Nothing was gonna like burn my house down or something overnight after doing it, because I worked on this bike at 2 in the morning. I'm not kidding. Another thing is, we'll talk about it at night, is how the bike feels now that we have extra weight on the bottom. And I will say just real quick right now that it doesn't feel that bad. But we'll talk about it more in a little bit, so give me 5 seconds and I'll see you guys on the road at nighttime. All right, so what a shit-ass day. Is that even a word? I don't know, but it has been an absolutely horrible day today. But anyways, that's not why you guys are here. You guys are here to hear about the bike and talk about it, and we might talk about some other stuff. But anyway, let's get on the way and head out. All right, so it's not my turn to go, but after this car goes, I'm going, because it's still green. So we making it. We making it. Woo! The only bad thing about doing that just now is that now this light is green, so all the traffic that's way back there is gonna catch up to me. So that's gonna suck. I actually probably screwed myself trying to get over later, but anyways, what's up, guys? Let's try to be in a good mood right now. I actually got technically today off because it is like 12:30 at night right now. And today I'm hoping I'm gonna shoot the video of showing you guys how to do this battery install and what you have to do. And then if I have enough time, I also want to compare this bike against the Astro Pro C3 Strom. But the only bad thing about it is I'd have to shoot 2 videos in one day, and I don't know if it's gonna happen because it's so late tonight that by the time I edit tonight, get up, half my day is completely gone, and then I don't want to spend all day editing because I got 48 hours this week. So today basically is my only day off. All right, hey, no traffic still. They're about to come over this overpass, but hey, we're good. Let's see if we can catch up to this car. We're doing 39 miles an hour, 38, 39, so around there. We made it. Woo, we made it. All right, let's go a different way. Let's take this way. I don't really go this way much, but why not? Let's just switch it up instead of going on the bike trail. Sometimes I'm a little worried going on that bike trail just because sometimes there's rabbits and, you know, like tumbleweeds and stuff like that, because they're working over there. So anyway, let's go this way. Talking about some e-bike stuff really quick, not really necessarily about this bike, but my buddy went down to Lunicycle and I told him to look into the Sting R, the Talaria, the brand new one that just came out. Does it have like a 45 amp hour battery? That's absolutely insane. I told him if he's gonna get an electric bike, you're just gonna have to spend some money to put pedals on it, and then you should be able to ride it around perfectly fine. You know, just, you know, be on the safe side. I mean, it is still illegal to be on the street, but, you know, just be careful. And so I think he might have bought one. I'm not sure. You know how people, they gotta convince their wife and stuff like that if they're gonna buy some stuff. but I really hope he got it, because hopefully he'll let me review it. I'll even pay him a little bit of money if he lets me kind of test it out and have some fun with it. But I'm also worried about it getting pulled, like taken from me and pulled over, because he's not gonna have a pedal kit on it when he first gets it. And plus it's his, it's $4,500. They're like $4,900 shipped to my door, so I understand if he doesn't let me. But there's another guy hit me up about a Roadrunner Pro. He's from Visalia, and he's one of my good friends from back in the day, and he said if I wanted to review it when he gets it in. So I was like, all right, cool. He said he'll get it in a week, but I don't know exactly when I'm gonna be available to be able to review it. It's just gonna depend on my schedule. Anyways, going back to this bike really quick, I wanna let you guys know that obviously dual battery setup, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'll show you how to do this and stuff. And we got the heavy battery on the bottom, and the handling on the bike feels awesome, by the way. It doesn't feel that bad. You guys are probably wondering how heavy this 24 amp hour battery is, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is like 11 or 12 pounds. I could be wrong, but I think when I weighed it against my Zeus battery, because I wanted to see the difference, it was only an extra 2 pounds heavier than my stock Zeus one. So I was like, I think the stock Zeus one was 9, this one's like 11 or 12, but could be slightly wrong on that. But I just want to give you guys an idea, and it doesn't feel bad turning or anything like that. You'd think it would, but it's not bad at all. I don't notice it. And it's really not going to affect your range. Obviously, you're adding another battery, so you're going to get way more range. But obviously, the more power and weight you put on the bike, especially if you're a heavier person, you're going to get less range. And talking about range really quick, ever since we did go to work, remember we lost that battery bar right before I hit work and I reset it? Well, we're back up to full battery bars, and I'm pretty much like halfway like to my house. And I'm still at full battery bars. Now, I still expect to go down 1 battery bar by the time I get home, because that's 14 miles on a 44 amp hour battery. You're gonna lose a bar, like you have to. I believe these bars are technically supposed to be 20% each. So as soon as 1 bar goes down, you're supposed to be at like 80%. But I don't know how they calculated these bars or anything like that, but that's mostly how these bikes work. Those guys are always making a fire over there, man. And I always feel scary, like looking back like this. Like every time I do this to look, I'm always afraid of what's gonna be in front of me and going down. I do not wanna crash. Oh, there we go. We lost the battery bar now, and I probably have another like 3 miles to go home. Another thing I wanted to mention is that because this bike sucks to pedal, and I'm never gonna pedal this bike, I am pedaling right now just because sometimes I like to be stupid and just do it. But whoa, what the hell did I just run over? I heard something. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was paper or what. It sounded like something scratched. Oh. But I did put this bike in pedal assist 0. And the reason I did that is because in that video when I was in work and I was going around the corner and I had to put one of my feet down on the pedals, you know, just for stability issues, the cranks kicked in, the cadence sensor kicked in, and then the bike took off. Like I literally just pulled the throttle like full out in off-road mode. So that scared the hell out of me. And now I just have it in 0. So as soon as I let off the throttle, the pedals don't do a single thing. And I figure since this bike isn't very good to pedal anyway, unless you hit up RIDE1UP and have the chain sent out to your fixed, or just buy 2 links yourself, or you can go down to a single chain tensioner instead of like the dual one, and you'll be good also. My buddy Johnny in town, he has one of these, and that's what he did. But that's really all you have to do to fix that issue, and then pedaling will be so much better. But if you don't want to pedal, just put it in pedal assist 0, and you don't ever have to worry about the pedals. But if you want to show someone your bike, you might want to, you know, put the pedal assist on so they can kind of test out the bike in like every scenario and see how it is. But still a fantastic bike. I really would like to do a 72 volt kit on it, but I just don't know the dimensions on what motor fits in here. I don't want to be a guinea pig and spend $1,000 on a whole like display, controller, motor, and then figure out like, oh, it don't work, it don't fit, and I take it down and the bike's gonna be down for months. And yeah, I don't know. Another thing really quick, and I guess it's kind of negative, you know, like I try not to be negative on this channel a lot, you know. I just try to point out like pros and cons, but do it in a positive way. Async, so that orange bike that you've been seeing in my garage, it has a 40 amp hour battery, absolutely insane, super cool looking and everything like that, right? I love the bike, like it's badass. So since it is a prototype e-bike, you just have to understand that there's a lot of stuff that's gonna be wrong with it, and I'm okay with it because they just went on Indiegogo and they wanna kinda get the word out. So I'm not mad when there's like a few issues here and there. But for one issue, I told them the throttle doesn't work in modes like 1, 2, 3. That's a cop, by the way, I just pulled in there. It only works in off-road mode when you unlock it with holding the 2 buttons. And they said, can you send us a video? And I'm like, okay, well, when I get some free time, so it took me like a day or 2 to get it. I did the video. I wonder what's going on back there. I see some headlights. Uh-oh. And then they said, oh, it's a safety thing that we built in. So you need to sit on the bike and then pedal and then the throttle will work. And I was like, okay. And they're like, can you do that? So I was like, all right, let me find another day to do that because I'm very busy. It smells like something's burning, but I don't think it's me. I just think it's something in the area. I'm pretty sure it's not me. And I got that information for them and I sent it to them and I said, yeah, no, it still doesn't work when I sit on the bike. The pedals will work in any mode, but the throttle just does not work unless it's in mode 4. Hey, send us a video of it. No, dude, I'm not gonna send you guys a video. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth, man. This is kind of like irritating. On top of the fact that when they sent me the bike, it needs to be changed out with a newer spring. So they sent me the spring. Then they also sent me the battery separate that I had unboxed. And then they also sent me like the rear rack, you know, that you put a bunch of luggage on, which is cool, I don't mind. I'll install it. But I also don't know how to work on the bike. And they said, hey, we'll probably get someone in your area. There's another cop. To do it. And I said, okay, no problem. Find someone to come out and work on the bike for me. They're not gonna send anyone to work on the bike for me. So they're like, oh, we're working on a video that they're gonna send me so then I can see how to do it. I'm like, okay, well, can you hurry up with that? And now they just asked me to make a video on the bike and I'm like, it's not even put together yet. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm very frustrated. I think it's a cool bike. I mean, maybe you guys have different, you know, opinions on it, but I think it's kind of cool looking. Would I spend my money on it? I don't know. It really just depends on how much it's going to be at the end of the day and how it's going to like finally be at the end product, you know, instead of the prototype. But I don't know. Anyways, back to this bike, other than something I want to talk about real quick, and then we talked about it for longer than I expected. I am still down 1 battery bar, but I still think that's fantastic, and we pretty much are at like 13.5 miles right now. I'm almost home, and what I'll do is when I get home, we'll reset the bike, and we'll see if we still lost that battery bar. I'm gonna go on a hunch and say yes, but that's still pretty good. 1 battery bar for 14 miles, off-road mode, unlocked, doing as fast as possible. I am literally holding the throttle the whole entire time. So let me see you at the house really quick. I'll kind of change my tone a little bit down so we're not too loud because it is super late at night, and then I'll let you guys go. All right, so let's do this in real time. I'm pulling up to my house. I'm gonna turn the bike off and then back on. Not even gonna let it sit. Yeah, there we go. Obviously, we went down, like we did 14 miles, but we didn't go down a battery bar. Like obviously, we're probably sitting at like, I don't know, 85% battery or something like that, or 80% battery. That's crazy. Actually, we're probably lower than that. Let me be real. That's actually probably, I'm probably giving it too high of a number. I haven't done the calculations or the math or anything like that on it, and I don't want to say any numbers off the top of my head without, you know, getting a pen and pad and, you know, doing my multiplication and subtracting and seeing what like an actual range would be. But the fact that we have not went down 1 battery bar after I reset it is insane, because the last time we did this, we went down 2 battery bars and we had 1 battery. That's cool. And another thing to mention really quick is if you do want to switch this battery this way, you can, so they both look the same. So they go like this and go down instead of like this one going down like that and then this one going this way. You can do it, but be careful because it is a tighter clearance in the front. And if you really do want to do that, you're going to probably have to Dremel this plate right here in the front, in the middle, just so that cable will go around. The back had a little bit more of a gap, so that's why the cable kind of fit right in there. So, but other than that, guys, hopefully you liked the video, and I think you guys should do this to your bike. Again, I'll make a video and show you guys how to do it, but I will include everything in the links so you can buy this battery. You won't have this logo on the side. You will have this little top thing on here so you can peel it off if you want. But yeah, I'll put everything down there so you guys can do the same mod to your Rev 1 if you bought one. And make sure if you want to use the coupon code, it still works right now as of me talking right now. I don't know how long it's going to last. It could be probably not working when I make this video, but go over to the website, use the links down in the description, check it out and see if it works. And I would definitely highly pick up one of these bikes. They're awesome. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.